Hey, Mama. So you've heard me talk a lot about CEO days on the podcast lately. And so today I really want to take a deep dive into how to actually increase business productivity through CEO days. So, if you've been looking to start incorporating a weekly CEO day or just a way to start getting more done in your business, today's episode is for you. All right, let's jump into today's episode. Hey mama, are you tired of feeling stressed and overwhelmed trying to grow your online business with your babies at home? You desire more flexibility in your day, allowing you to pour into your family, yourself, and your business without running yourself into the ground. Mama, you can build your dream business and do it in a way that fits your current season of life. And I'm going to show you exactly how. Welcome to the Mama Turned Mompreneur podcast. I'm your host, Andrea Singletary, daughter of the king, wife, mama of two, and life and business coach for mompreneurs. On this podcast, you will learn business strategies made for mamas just like you, who desire to be successful CEOs and fully present mamas without stress or overwhelm. So whether you're an entrepreneur who transitioned to a mompreneur or a mama turned mompreneur, I am here to support you. So grab your coffee, notebook, and pen, put in those earbuds, and let's dig in. So I remember when I first learned what a CEO day was, and I was just like, oh, wait, I can actually do that? And so I decided to start implementing it, but then I would find myself not being consistent. And the reason why was that I wasn't being intentional about scheduling time for a CEO day. Or if I did schedule it, I didn't put any boundaries in place to ensure that my CEO day was in fact a CEO day. And that kind of looked like me not communicating to my husband that, such and such day was my CEO day. Or, he would end up scheduling something for that day because I didn't communicate like, hey, we need to block off today because this is my CEO day. It also looked like, on my CEO days, instead of focusing on my business, I focused on getting client work done. I don't want you to make these same mistakes as me. So I want you to think of this episode as literally your guide to CEO days. Also, to support you with this, I've been talking about my Productive CEO Mama Blueprint. And so this is a visual calendar that you can download, and it's going to support you with being more productive in your business and scheduling a weekly CEO day. It also includes a sample calendar of how I structure my weeks. And there's also a blank one for you to print out and fill in so that way you can create your own weekly schedule. So go download that at mompreneur.com/CEO Mama, or below in the episode description, you can click the link and go download it that way. If you are wondering what in the world a CEO day is, don't worry, I got you, Mama. So a CEO day is basically a day where you focus solely on your business. And when I say solely on your business, I'm not talking about client work, like you doing the marketing for your business and creating the content and, updating your CRM and all of those things, like just stuff for your business. And you are literally responsible for no one but you and yourself. You're not tending to the kids or anyone else. You also aren't doing client work. Again, you are focusing solely on your business. And CEO days, these are important because they ensure that you actually take care of things in your business instead of just focusing on client work. It also helps reduce the overwhelm you may be feeling when it comes to being a solopreneur and taking the care of, those things in your business. So like I said, being able to create content for your business, updating any funnels you have. Maybe it's time to change your client process or you need to update some forms and different things like that. That is what your CEO day is for, handling all of the behind the scenes tasks of running your business. So now that, we know what a CEO day is and why we need them, let's talk about getting started with CEO days and what that can look like for you. So the first step is to talk to your spouse or whoever supports you with the kids. You need to have this conversation. And so this is where you're going to decide on a specific day each week that is going to be your CEO day. Now, you can make this a standing appointment in the sense like you can say every such and such day is my CEO day. Like every week, this is my day. Or you can go by month because I know our schedules change, we plan vacations and different things like that. So you can also do month by month. I don't recommend going week by week because it's going to be easy to forget to plan it and then you're going to find yourself not doing your CEO day. So for me, my CEO day is Saturday. I've said this many times on the podcast, but Saturdays are my CEO day. This is the one day where I get to focus solely on my business. No client work. I'm not taking care of the kids. I'm not changing my daughter's pull-up. I'm not making their meals or anything like that. My husband is solely responsible, or if he has something going on, now that my mom is back in California, she's able to step in and take over. The next step is we have to prepare for our CEO day. So when it comes to preparing for your CEO day, depending on if you're doing a full day or a half day, you want to keep in mind how much time you have for your CEO day. And then from there, you want to, in a sense, create your task list, but we're not overstuffing it. So again, looking at what are those top, 3 to 4 priorities that you want to get done today. And so one of those things, it does need to be something that is going to support with those income producing activities. So whether that is creating your content for the next month, whether that's podcast content, blogging, however you are creating content to get visible, to generate leads, to nurture your audience, to sell to your audience. So you want to focus on that. And then you also want to look at some things like, what is something that I can do today that is going to set me up for success the next week? So really thinking ahead, what is something you can get ahead on? Maybe you signed up to participate in a bundle and you still need to get, your landing page together or finalize the product that you are contributing to the bundle. Maybe you have a speaking engagement coming up and you need to pre-record your presentation for that. So again, what are some things that you can get ahead on that's really going to support you and make things easier for you going into the next week? So make that task list so that you can go into your CEO day knowing exactly what you need to focus on. And then step 3. So I kind of touched on this already, but it's, the types of tasks that you can focus on. So again, really focusing on top priority are those income producing activities. So creating content and not just value content, but also content in which you are selling. You are talking about how people can work with you. Sometimes that looks like, sharing a client case study or testimonial and really taking people behind the scenes of where that client started and where you got them, what happened when they worked with you and the results that they were able to achieve working with you, but really mapping out that content. And one of the things I want to say when it comes to planning content for your business, start with the end in mind. So looking at what offer am I trying to funnel people into? What offer am I trying to create more awareness around? So thinking to start there and then plan backwards. So going from, okay, this is the offer I want to promote. What do people need to hear in order to convert in that offer? What objections may they have about this specific offer? What do they need to be educated on about this specific offer? What transformations does this specific offer get them? What is the pain point that this specific offer addresses? So starting with the end in mind. Okay, and then the 4th step, and this is kind of like a bonus one, but if you are a high achieving mama, if you are a driven mama, if you are a mama who experiences ADHD-like symptoms, this is for you. You have to incorporate breaks. This is something I had to start doing. I had to start setting a timer so that way at such and such time, I would go make me something to eat. Because if not, like on a CEO day, I would just be powering through work, forget to eat, not always take a bathroom break when I need to. And so you need to incorporate breaks because it is like, it can be a full day. And this is typically like my CEO days are like the days where I work the most in my business. So like typically during the week, I work fewer hours. And then that CEO day, it's a longer day for me. But I do incorporate breaks. So for me, that looks like setting my timer to make sure I go eat meals at certain times, forcing myself to stop what I'm doing and go to the bathroom. And I know that sounds like, really, Andrea? But the reality is that I can get so hyper fixated on what I'm doing that I will ignore those signals that I have to go to the bathroom. Like I will wait till the very last minute. So that is something I have been more intentional about. But also too, I step away, like take a break and do something non-business related because I don't want it to just be a day full of work. So that looks like, since it's on a Saturday, I'll step away and go in the living room with my husband and the kids. And, you know, me and my husband will watch a movie, or I'll play with the kids, like do something non-business related to give myself a break, but also to step away because sometimes I have found like if I am focusing too much on business, like I can have a creativity block. And so literally stepping away, it makes a world of a difference. But just making sure you're intentional about incorporating those breaks. So you now have everything you need to get started with incorporating CEO days into your weekly schedule. And so I want to know what you think of this guide to CEO days and where you're going to be getting started first to take action. So send me a DM on Instagram. My Instagram handle is mompreneur. It's also linked below in the episode description if you like scroll towards the bottom. And let me know your thoughts, Let me know if this is something you're already doing or if this is something new to you and you're going to start incorporating in your business. And then don't forget to download the Productive CEO Mama Blueprint. You can grab that at mompreneur.com/CEO Mama, or again, it's linked below in the episode description. All right, Mama, I'll catch you in the next episode. Well, Mama, that's a wrap on today's episode. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to hang with me. If you enjoyed today's episode, will you do me a favor and follow the podcast and leave a review? Hitting that follow button and sharing your thoughts about the podcast are the best ways to ensure that other mamas like you find this show. Your review also lets me know if you're enjoying this podcast, so make sure to share your thoughts before you go. All right, Mama, I'll catch you in the next episode.